what's going on. So you remember the little 63 Mercury Monterey? Well, if you come around, actually you can see now, we've put all the new brakes on. So we've put new wheel cylinders and new shoes on there. And of course, whenever I have a customer come in and I do this, I just quickly wire wheel the back half here and I give it a coat of just some satin black paint I got kicking around. It only takes a second. Do I charge for the customer for that? Not really, because I mean it only takes a minute. I just do it because it just looks nice if the customer looks or ever pulls the wheel off. It looks nice and clean, it makes it tidy, and away you go. So we've got the brakes on, so we're going to pop the drums on it right now, and then we're going to bleed up the brakes. And then we'll come around over here. We can see that Lisa has gotten all the stainless on.
Oh, the badges too.
Yes, the badges. She's gotten the stainless on here. And if you remember, we ended up having to, because some of the holes were filled in here. Now, here's our next thing. And like I say, I'm not knocking anything about the customer's car, but what I'm going to show you is there's supposed to be some chrome pieces that go here. Obviously 3 holes. But for some reason, whoever did the bodywork on it last, filled in these 3 holes, as you can see there. And that's fresh body filler. So they left 3 and they filled 3 in. Okay? But then we come around to this side, and we come around to this side, there's no holes.
Which is why I couldn't figure out where the pieces went.
Right, because they just bonded over all the holes.
Until we saw in there.
So we saw in here.
Oh.
Now, again, Robin, if you're out there, I'm not knocking your car. The reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm showing you this is because sometimes customers don't realize what it takes. I want them to understand that it's not just let's grab the chrome, let's push it on, let's be done with it. Somebody bonded over half your holes and left the other half. I don't know why they would do that. I don't know how hard it is just to, you know, usually for me when I'm doing the body work, hang on a second here, people. Is this one of my fans calling? Who is? Oh shit. Anyway, I won't answer that right now. But anyway,
good grief.
So anyway, I don't know how hard it is. Usually when we do body work, even when Dave does it, granted, Bondo goes in the holes, but we usually keep a poker around. After we put the first coat of mud on, we quickly poke the holes back again. So I don't understand. Hello! Come around the back! I don't understand how something like this could be like this. So that's where we're at anyway. So Lisa's going to start putting the stainless on here. And again, of course, you can see there's a hole, there's a hole. This one's barely here. There's no hole here. He's left the clip in, whoever did it, and they bonded right over the clip. So we got to drill all this stuff out and we got to find these holes again. So that's what's going on with the Mercury. So now what we'll do is we'll take a walk over here and we'll see what's going on with the rest of it. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you what the latest project is, and you guys are not going to believe this. As you can already see, we've got a 36 Ford ragtop sitting here. Rumble seat. Now of course, there we go. This car was restored back in the 80s. Somebody did in the 80s. It's not the most nicest material. I mean, look at it. It's you know, you can go to Labonte Interiors and get the exact interiors for these cars, and that's probably what we're going to do. But anyway, you can see the interior is not the nicest. I mean, we'll open the door up, we'll give you the full visual tour. But it is a rare little car. It's in very good shape.
Is it painted to be like the wood grain?
Yeah, because you can see it's all flaking off there.
Oh yeah, okay.
So now, what we got going on here is you can see, I don't know if you can see it in this room, it's so dark, but there's a dent there in the door. And of course, the fenders had a little damage done there.
A little crack up.
A little crack up. But I mean, look at the chrome and everything, it's in beautiful shape. Let's pop the hood here, I think I've already got her open. Oh, there we go. Oops, there we go. Okay. So you can see it's all original. And the motor was rebuilt again back in the 80s. And of course this car probably, I don't know the exact mileage because, you know, the new owner brought it to me and said, here you go. And who knows what the exact mileage is, but I mean by how clean the motor looks and the car itself from being doing the 80s, we're talking 30 years ago, it's looking pretty damn clean in my opinion. So it probably hasn't got a lot of mileage on it. Obviously we drove it in here. Let's see what other kind of little things we got. I don't think we got much more. Anyway, okay, so what are we doing to this car? What are we doing, guys? Come on, you guys out there. We're just going to fix the dings in the corner. How can you just fix one ding without fixing another ding? You know, I think we need to strip this car down to the bare frame. I think we need to rip it all apart into a million pieces, blast the whole body so it's down to bare metal. We need to blast the frame, I think the motor, because it was done in the 80s, even though it runs like a top, I think we should just rip the whole motor apart too, because that is exactly what the owner said to me. The owner said, Rick, I want you to take this car and I want you to strip it. Right, and I says, you're crazy. Why do you want to do that? He goes, I don't like the color. He goes, I want it. This guy is a perfectionist. Everything has to be bone stock original. He wants it left to 6 volts, all the factory tires, all that kind of stuff. He doesn't want nothing changed, but he does not want this car to be this color. He's leaning towards the blue, the Washington blue, but he's not certain yet, but he hates the tan. I actually don't mind the tan, but he don't like it. So I said, okay, so we're going to sand it and paint it and take it apart and do the bodywork and paint on it, correct? He goes, no, I want the whole thing taken apart. I want you to take the motor out. I want you to go through the motor, do a compression check, take the motor out, take the motor apart, take the tranny apart, go through the tranny, go through the diff, go through the brakes, go through the suspension, do the frame up, do everything up. He's such a fanatic, this guy, and so fussy that he even wants it. Now here's something for you. When you're walking up to this car, as you guys all know, you can sort of see the back side of the bumpers here, okay? Now when you get a car chrome, usually when you get chroming done on bumpers on the later model cars, you can't see the backside. But on these early models, you can see it. He wants me to take every piece of chrome and stainless in on this car and have it redone. And he wants the backside of these bumpers to be as good as the front side. You're probably thinking, holy man, ka-ching, ka-ching. Well, you're right, because it's going to add up. Every bolt, every nut, stainless. Like, put it back original. I'm not saying that the bolts are all stainless back then, but whatever was stainless, put it stainless. He just wants it done, and he wants it done right. So, this here you're going to see is a future project here. It's sitting here right now. It came in. We're going to be ripping this sucker apart, and it's going to have a full frame off restoration, and it has to be absolutely spotless, dead on for this guy. It has to be as good as factory, if not better. So yes, I cannot believe it myself, but that's what's going on with this car. So it's going to be a big build. All the interior, we're going to get it from Labonte, because that's just the place to go for interior. Basically, I think we're probably going to save the tires, maybe some of the glass, and a few other things, but it's just going to get redone. So that's it. So that's our latest and greatest project here at Old Time Garage. So we look forward to you guys seeing this one. And to you guys out there, please, my videos, I know they're getting a bit confusing. Casey's Pontiac is still here. Dean's Pontiac is still here. Graham's truck, the 66 Ford, is still here. Just pay closer attention. We're all over the place because that's how it is in the reality world. You're not working on one project at a time. You're working on many. So there you go. So hey, remember, it's always a good time at Old Time, and we'll see you next time.